On the 24th of June, I came here because the property belonging to a company owned by my brother was being destroyed and pulled down illegally. And I said, what is happening? Eventually work was stopped. The court ordered even that work should stop, and it was stopped. But I noticed that on weekends they will come and continue the work. As you can see, the building, the land has been divided into two. They marketed it, a new fence has been built, and they are busy clearing the debris to make it an empty land. And this is what is happening. And since that 6 weeks, I've been flying, appealing for people to show me who said he is the owner of the property so I can discuss with him. I've never seen the person, nobody have appeared, but people are working here every day. So you can see they've marketed it into two. You can see them working here.
This stock should be impound, period. Lock their body down.
There's no stock. Despite the fact that there's a court order saying nobody should work here. They continue to work here. The question is, what type of government do we have? What we are asking is, what type of government do we have in this country where court will issue an order saying stop work and people are busy still working?
The state of affairs in Nigeria is just on banana republic level, the level of lawlessness. How can there be an existing court order stopping work on the site, but the person is continuously working on the site, showing how lawless they are, showing that the person is telling P2B and his brother, you can't do anything, even the court cannot stop me from taking this land. So while many people might be mocking P2B because of how powerless he is in this situation, the real story is the fact that if it can happen to him at his level, he's a made man, he's a billionaire, he can afford any type of property in Nigeria, even abroad. If it can happen to him, what about you? What about the ordinary Nigerian? There's no way this is not state-backed. The problem with our system is that they politicize everything. They fail to separate politics from governance. This is a governance issue. There is no way the governor of Lagos, Sanwo-Olu, or all the numerous state agencies that handle issues like this don't know the person doing this. There's no way they are not aware. So one would wonder why they are allowing this. It's simply because of politics. P2B is in another party, so they wouldn't step in. Despite the fact that there is a valid court order. The courts are on break, they will resume in September, so they can't really run back to the court to seek help. After all, the order made by the court is being disobeyed right here. So there is nothing much the court can do at this time. And because a valid court order exists, you can go and inform the police that someone is breaking that order and they can step in. But in this situation, the police wouldn't step in because they will be afraid of losing their jobs. They know what is involved. They know it is state-backed. So no police will ever dare to go and intervene there to stop work. You can see heavy equipment in the site. They are all there against a court order. The police is supposed to step in. If it is a working country, they are supposed to say no, you don't do this, despite the fact that it is a civil matter. But they should be there to uphold that court order, to make sure the individuals involved obey that court order. But it wouldn't work in this situation. So if it's not working, how are people genuinely expecting people to come and invest in Lagos? Not just foreign investors this time, we are talking about local investors from Nigeria. And the fact that P2B is documenting this on social media, like in this video, it is sending the message. People are watching, they are saying, if they can do this to P2B, how about me? So it is going to negatively affect the property market in Lagos. Although these people don't care, some might also argue that the reason it is happening to Peter Obi is because he is politically exposed. No, it is not. It happens to every Dick and Harry. Some people will just wake up and take over your property because it is located in a nice location, and you will start running around, going to court, involving the police, involving anyone you think can save you, but at the end of the day, you will not succeed. There is no way these people are doing this without the people in power, and there is no way the people in power are not taking a lion's share in the whole business. So the whole thing is just a mess. And we're going to talk about all the demolitions they carry out, even buildings that obtained legal building permits. Some of them have all been demolished. So it is nothing short of lawlessness everywhere. They can't separate politics from governance. Despite the fact that your political opponent is involved, you are still supposed to deliver governance. Yes, that is why you are there. You should not use your position because you're a governor or because you head one agency and you belong to one party. When you see your opponent, you will fail to deliver governance. No, this is why Nigeria is not working. Politicians should understand that when they get to power, they should drop everything called politics and start delivering governance. That is how it's supposed to work. Whether you meet your political enemy in office, you meet anyone, you have to serve that person because that is why you are there. Then when it's time for campaign, you can start your favoritism and cronyism. But once in office, you must focus on governance. The main job of the state is to protect lives and property. Through the police, they ensure that there is no breakdown of law and order. Have they done their jobs here? Absolutely not. The court has issued an order to stop work in the site, ordered all parties to hold their horses so that they can find out what is actually happening here. But one party seems above the law. He has continued to disobey the court order, and there's another worrying issue that proves that the state might be behind this. They issued 2 certificates of occupancy to one property. There's one certificate of occupancy they are sharing on the internet that the person purportedly presented in court before obtaining the court order that enabled him to invade this property and demolish the buildings and start this construction. And according to Peter Obi, they have a certificate of occupancy. They obtained this more than 10 years ago. So how can a state issue 2 certificates of occupancy on one property? It doesn't make any sense. They should have all the technology available. That's talking about the agency responsible for land registration in Lagos. So once you present land particulars, they should be able to identify the owner of the land and know whether the land has a certificate of occupancy or not. So this kind of thing shouldn't happen. If it is true that the certificate of occupancy the other party presented to court is real, then you can call this official fraud. But the state is not supposed to be involved in fraud in the first place. Anyway, this is nothing short of political terrorism. People can now see why many are joining APC. It's not as if they love Tinubu or don't see the hunger and hardship he brought on Nigeria, but they can't help themselves. If they don't join, they might face worse consequences like Peter Obi is facing today. Despite the fact that our so-called elite spend more on petrol today compared to Muhammadu Buhari's administration. Today, someone that rides in a 5-car motorcade spends up to 4 million naira per month fueling these cars. It was unheard of under Muhammadu Buhari. The worst one could spend at that time was maybe less than 1 million naira per month. So it's not as if they are enjoying life under this calamity. It's just that they know who he is, that he is viciously vindictive. He can come at you and attack you economically, which will definitely bring that person from grace to grass. So it is not about not talking, it's about the fear of losing everything under this administration. And like you know, someone that is already down fears no downfall. So it is left for the Nigerian masses to do the needful, to take back their country from the people who have hijacked the country. Thanks for watching.